Clones versus clones versus clones. It's another one of these battle videos where I've got a lineup of expensive fragrance DNAs and several fragrances that do that DNA with little differences that I'm going to tell you all about. So if you're interested in seeing clones go to battle with one another, do me a favor and go to battle with the like button and be sure that it ends with a click from you and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and begin. So first up, this was a fragrance DNA that absolutely blew me away. I don't own the original. To be honest, I probably won't buy the original, but I absolutely love the fragrance, and I've got two clones now. I'm talking about Tom Ford's Black Lacquer. The first one that I'll mention is from Dupes. This is called Black Shine, and it is very, very good. I would say it's in that easily 90% similar territory. This is a unique DNA with kind of some synthetic notes like vinyl and I think coal, but it is basically a dark, sweet, very spicy fragrance. A lot of fresh spiciness and some warm spiciness. It's so very unique and I absolutely love it. If you like sweet, spicy fragrances, it's a phenomenal DNA. Dupes did a great job matching the original. However, I would say I prefer generic PERFUMES version. They do Black Lacquer as well. You can see I have used a lot of this little travel spray, 10 ml here. It is stronger. It's stronger than the Dupes and it's stronger than the original. Now the Dupes, I've had about a month. I've heard after 3 months they get, multiple times more strong. But right now this is so dense and so rich and so complex. It is phenomenal. One of my favorite fragrances that I own currently. I'm actually ordering a 30 ml of this. Anyway, generic PERFUMES Black Lacquer. It's awesome. And the DNA in general, I ignored it when it came out because I thought, it's just kind of weird, but you might want to try it if you never have. All right, next up, we're going to go with one that has been out for quite a while. It was very beloved. I'm talking about Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Malt. Now this is a vanilla pear kind of aromatic fragrance, very, very sweet. That's what it's known for. Now this is an alternative to that fragrance that is not quite as sweet. It's a little fresher, a little muskier. I'm talking about Nitro Green. It's unmistakably inspired by Ultra Malt, but it is a little brighter. It's maybe a little more citrus forward, and there is a particular kind of clean muskiness in this fragrance that does separate it. Maybe it's 80 to 85% similar to Ultra Malt, but very inexpensive, very good, great performance, and I think a really good alternative to that DNA. Next up, we've got this one that everybody knows about, but it's still just such a phenomenal fragrance, a very highly complimented fragrance in my experience. I'm talking about Afnan 9 PM. This is quite close to the original. It does have an apple note in the top instead of pear like the original, but apple, lavender, vanilla, a lot of sweetness, really good performance. It's just a great, fun, not formal at all, very casual men's fragrance, and it smells fantastic. Really good price as well, Afnan 9 PM. All right, next up, I'll go with one that kind of surprised me because Tom Ford Plum Japan. I never smelled the original, but I got in this dupe and absolutely fell in love with it. I'm talking about Zoha's Wild Plum. It became one of my favorite, probably top 10 fragrances that I own immediately. And this is a very bright, sweet, juicy plum with some booze and some oud and some spiciness. It's amazing. And I absolutely loved it, but it confused me because once I got a hold of generic PERFUMES dupe of that fragrance, I thought something is off here because this smells quite different. This is their version of Plum Japan, and it has a little bit of like a kind of leathery and medicinal oud. It's definitely an oud ish fragrance with the Zoha as well, but this one has a particular you know, very naturalistic, leathery feel with, again, a bit of a medicinal kind of oud. And I absolutely love it. There's a little less of that kind of sweet, fruity plum in this one as well. They're close enough, probably 75 to 80% similar, but I thought I've got to know what the original smells like. So what did I do? I went ahead and I got another dupe. I got FragBar's version, and lo and behold, it is pretty much identical to one of the two that I just showed you. This is FragBar's Plum Japan. It is awesome as well. Amazing, amazing. Such a unique scent. I absolutely love it. And I got to tell you, it is almost identical to the generic perfumes. So I think Zoha has made a twist of the DNA, and they have focused on the sweet fruitiness. They've backed off a little on kind of the darker, more mature, more complex notes. I love both of them, but I have a feeling FragBar and generic perfumes are going to get you closer to the original. Zoha is going to get you an awesome twist, but honestly, any of the three, in my opinion, you'd probably really like. All right, next up, another one that was pretty confusing to me. I'm talking about Gucci Envy, which is a discontinued fragrance from a number of years back, and this is FOMO's The Envy of FOMO. This is a brilliant barbershop fragrance, that fresh, aromatic barbershop, little bit of sweetness, good bit of complexity, but underneath the barbershop masculine DNA, there is a leather, tobacco, very dark, rich, weighty base to this fragrance. And it's one of those that changes a lot on your skin. It develops. It begins with just standard barbershop, then goes into those darker notes. So again, the Envy of FOMO. Now, the reason it was confusing is because I got in Zoha's take on that DNA. And this one right here, Emerald Mist from them, is very different than the one that I just showed you. This is a much fresher, lighter, kind of more citrus focused, you know, less aromatic, very little of kind of that leather and tobacco base. This is a much more clean, bright twist on Gucci Envy. And so I have never smelled the original, but if I had to guess by what I've seen, what I've read, I think probably FOMO is the one that really kind of captures the DNA. And I think Zoha has done a bit of a twist again on that DNA. So you would have to pick which of those two descriptions sounds more appealing to you. I can tell you, I have a number of Zoha fragrances where I either have the original or I've smelled the original, and they usually do very accurate clones. But something about these last two, they're a little bit of a twist, you know, but maybe the kind of twist that a lot of people would actually really love. Next up, we'll go with this one. I'm going to show you an oldie, but one of my favorite clones, you know, 5 years ago or so, maybe-ish when this came out, maybe 6. It was really the only good, readily available, quality, inexpensive clone of Parfums de Marly Pegasus, and I have loved it for years. I'm talking about Aroma Craze. This is a vanilla, almond, powdery, very unique fragrance. The Parfums de Marly, I think, was groundbreaking. The texture of that fragrance, and honestly this one, is just so impressive. I absolutely love it. Some people hate Pegasus. I think it's amazing. But anyway, this is a really good dupe. It's cheap. You know, the quality is definitely going to be different than the PDM, but the fragrance profile is actually very, very close. Now I have two alternatives, which are both a twist on that DNA. This one right here from DUMONT Nitro, Nitro Blue, is quite similar to the original Pegasus, but to me, there is a little twist in this one. About an hour in, I start to get something that reminds me a whole lot of the One, Dolce & Gabbana, the One, that kind of cardamom tobacco. Something about this fragrance, it's not as powdery, straight almond vanilla. To me, that kind of rich darkness, a little bit of spiciness from the One really seems to be the twist on this DNA. But nevertheless, if you like Pegasus, you would like either of these. And then finally, this one's very good. This one is actually not a dupe of Pegasus, but of Pegasus Exclusive, which I may like even better than the original. I love both of them. I don't own either of the originals, but I smell them almost every time, or for a while, I would smell them every time I'd go to the department store. This is Arom's dupe of Exclusive, Pegasus Exclusive, and it's very good. This is Detour Noir Intense. You know, they did their version of Layton a few years ago, and it was excellent. It was, you know, 85% similar and very cheap. This is also pretty cheap and really does a great job of capturing that kind of piney, oody twist, that darker twist on Pegasus. And I absolutely love it. You know, this and the original Pegasus DNA are different enough that to me it's not redundant to own them both. So you may want to pick up this one and one of the others I just showed you. Again, Arom's version of Pegasus Exclusive. So that has been 12 fragrances and I believe 4 different DNAs. I would love to hear below what would be your recommendations for these DNAs that we've looked at. Thank you so much for watching this clone war video. Remember to have a war with the like button and click it and subscribe to the channel. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.